What's up, Jax? What's up, Maddie? Can I call you that? Seems like I remember hearing that sometime. What's up, Oscar? Yeah, I was gonna start my video first, but I saw that Corey was doing a video, so I sat and listened to him because I was thinking maybe some people who might watch me would be watching him, so I waited. So I'm a bit late tonight, but here I am. Thanks, Chris. I got the email. I'll answer it. I'll send you that Hero Session 5 camera. What's up, Joe? Chris, Missy, Eucalyptus Lee McConnell from Queensland, Australia. Jeremy Allen, Paul Brown. Is that the Paul Brown that used to work for me? Is that the same Paul Brown? Grayback fella? Todd. I was just talking to him on the other video. On Corey's video. What's up, Mr. Coyle? James Moore. Just thought I'd sit here for a little bit and maybe answer a question or two, because I don't have a plan. And I'm honestly just here because I said I would be. I really want to be editing a video. I've got some good content coming up. I was in a tree for 3 days in a row. Not the same tree, but I was climbing. So I'm looking over to my right here because I've got the comments on the laptop popping up. So, is what essential? I'm happy to be here. I don't know if it's essential, but it's something to do. Nachos. How do you pronounce your name? Jalkre Remark. I see you a lot. How do you pronounce that? Oh, you can't talk back. How am I going to know? Can you like phonetically spell it out? Greetings from Indianapolis. I gotta think of a giveaway. I haven't talked to Joe about it yet, though. Joe owns half the company, monkeybeaver.com. When can we expect XL Monkey Beaver sweatshirt? I know you've been talking to Joe about that. Back in stock soon. I ordered it like weeks ago. Maybe the coronavirus has the branding company hurting. I don't know. What would the best piece of advice be with crane work for beginners? Man, I don't know. Get a crane certification, I guess, would be a good idea. And follow the rules with it, because as much as possible, you can use your common sense, but man, like I said before, people have a tendency to say to themselves, oh, it says it's good for that, but they overbuild it, so really it's probably good for this. It's like my little skid steer. We beat that thing. We bought the biggest one thinking that'd be a good idea, and we do stuff that makes it look small with it. So you can't do that with a crane. I think that would be my advice if you were starting out with a crane. is just look at the load charts and do the cribbing. You know, take a while to set it up, do it right, and don't play around with no cowboy stuff with the crane. What advice would you tell yourself back in time when starting a tree business? That is an easy answer. Okay, Joe Gray? Sheboygan. Not understand. Dumb Hunnicky, not understand. John Stedman says, pick small and learn capacity and limitation. So that's basically what I said, John. Follow the rules. Oscar, the question, what would I tell my younger self? These comments are coming too fast for me to... They're gone. Oscar, throw that question up there again because it was worded clever. And I don't want too long of an answer. Hey, Alberto in San Diego, California. Good to see you. Coffee. Oh, thank you to Maddie. Maddie? I still haven't seen the answer if I can call you that. Seems like we've called you that before. That's coffee. Or that GoPro 8 camera. Put it right back to YouTube. Joel Cray Remiark. Joel Cray Remiark. Joel Cray. That sounds pretty tough. That sounds kind of warrior. Thanks, Matthew. Jesse says, I'll work for you. What advice would you tell yourself back in time starting out in the tree business? Okay, well, let's just do a little history here. When I started my first tree business, the people who already hate me will hate me more. They're about to hate me more. But when I started my first tree business, I was drunk. It was easy to get a license. I pretty much stayed hammered all the time. And I couldn't get out of bed and get to work until 12 or 1 or something. And so I made a terrible... I was good on the job, but I couldn't run the business. I just couldn't get my life together. So I let it all go, and I quit drinking, and I started working for other guys. And I got real good, and I started making money for them and making a great reputation for them. I'm sober now, Snowman. Thank you. AugustHunneke@gmail.com, Snowman. Send me an email. I'm sober now. I have wrestled with it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I have that monkey, that alcohol monkey. Whoa. That sucker has bit me hard. And I kind of compare it to, like, you know how they say the monkey on your back? Well, with some people, the monkey's not on his back. He's on the monkey's back. And the monkey goes wherever he wants, and you're along for the ride. That's what it was like for me. And then I got it under control. Quit drinking for about 8 years, and then some things happened that caused me to, like, cycle. And I've had a good run of sobriety now. Real good run. Not gonna go into details, but yeah, when I'm boozing, it's not good. All right. So the first business failed. I just gave it up. I went to work for other guys. This is turning into a long answer, isn't it? Started making money for them. I did it for way too long. So the advice I would give myself is just do it. Get out there. Take some chances. Be your own boss. As soon as you can get enough determination, willpower, extra help, bravery, courage, say what you want. Don't build another person's empire unless they really deserve it. And then think about it like you're joining forces with them, you know? And you'll know there ain't very many people you could join forces with. So yeah, get started. Oscar's young. Oscar's real young, I think, and he's just driven. So, man, you're doing whatever I should have done is what I believe. I can't say I know everything about you, but I believe it. 7 years sober, and I sponsor people now. Nicholas Keene. Right on. What's your advice on those fighting addiction? You know how the other night I was talking about how I don't like to ask for nothing? Well, when you got the Bigfoot, you're riding the Bigfoot around, and you got the alcohol thing going bad for you, you need help. So just take somebody else's advice. Bruce Lund says Jesus, and that will work for somebody who can swallow that pill, but you don't have to swallow that pill to get sober. I'm not saying you shouldn't swallow the Jesus pill, but you can take advice from somebody who's doing better than you and get better. I don't care if my guys do side jobs. You know why? Because I always did. I always did side jobs. How could I start a company and say nobody can do a side job? I am careful that they do not pretend that they are riding for the brand while they're doing it. And I encourage them to be honest with people about whether they're licensed or not. I saw a human comment. I'm just going to think you have nothing but massive Amstel slings in those bins. Oh, in the bins? I got some good slings now, Corey. Really good slings. And I showed them the other night. I got them from Rion Rounds. And in the bins is all just t-shirts and stuff. And I'm a big Rock Exotica fan. So I've got like all the Rock Exotica blocks and you know, the Tree Life stuff and harnesses and suspenders. And I got some Monkey Beaver bars laying around here somewhere, and we could do a giveaway right now if we wanted to. I don't know how to do that though. Got to be some kind of system for it. Corey, check this out. So the beauty of the Omni Block, I just use it. This job that I need to be editing right now instead of talking to you guys, we use the Omni like crazy. I'm a ring guy for most rigging, but if you're lifting, then you don't want any extra friction in the canopy. It's just stupid, right? So, but the Omni Block stays. Corey knows this. I'm not telling this to Corey like you don't know. I'm just telling everybody. So, it just stays so perfect, right? So perfectly oriented. Where's my knife? Dang it. Oh, there it is. So I used this one the other day too. The 4.5. Yeah, I love using this knife because you get to... I'm opening this package for anybody who buys this on my website. It's worth more now that I showed it on a live video, okay? Just because it's been opened, it's never been used. But look at this beauty. It's like, and the sound of these things, right? Check it out. The sound. Listen to this. Ooh, what? It's so Bond, you know? It's like, that is like, I mean, you could, you know, you think the knife is fun. The knife's fun, but this is even a manlier. Whoa, yeah. I mean, you could buy this at monkeybeaver.com right now on my website and pay a ton of money just for this. It's awesome. Yeah. So, the block is pretty heavy though. I was slinging around in the tree the other day and my arms were cramping a little bit. And I said, screw this, I'm going to chunk this tree out. So you don't need that block. Nobody needs it. But you need this one. And look, it's all murdered out black. Like my shirt. It's awesome. Rock Exotica is the classiest gear company, in my opinion. Besides my own. But I can't say that. So let's go back to Rock. Anyway, let's go back to the comments. Joe got this for me. It was my birthday. I turned 52. And Joe bought me, because he knows I like switchblade knives, he bought me the stiletto. And because I would go to them hunting type stores. You go to the hunting store and you stand there and you look at knives that are way too much money, and they hand it to you, and you're like, then you leave without buying it because you're like, how much better is it than my regular knife? So, yeah. This is a Benchmade knife. The block is a 4.5 Omni block, swivel. When is the Monkey Beaver saddle going to be CE approved for Europe? Great question. I get that question a lot, and I really want it to happen. And maybe it'll be accelerated now that we have more time at home, more time to do stuff like that. The ever-present now of tree work and having 6 kids and being married happily, which is a whole nother accomplishment. Those things take time, and a CE is like a system of hoops and jumps that you do and money that you pay, and also when you get something CE approved, it means that it has to stay exactly like that, and then if in order to get the CE again, like if you change it at all, then you're going to start the whole process all over again. And so we're always thinking innovatively, and we kind of already have ideas for making changes. We're like, well, we can't get the CE standard yet because we still got to tweak this thing and get it, more perfect, which is not possible to be more than perfect, but still. This is the first time I've ever gone live or left comments. I like how you work and think. Thank you, G-Man. I don't always think right, but thanks for the comment. Don't always work right. You hear anything about zigzags failing? I've heard of it. I've seen broken ones. I think common sense will keep you from breaking one, though. I do. Like you're chunking a spar down and your DRT around the spar and your zigzag is being side bent around the hard wood, then you're going to hurt that thing. It's not made for that. But don't do that. I've had same zigzag forever and it's fine. Elijah Morrison was one of 6 kids. How do you take your saw on and off with one hand? Practice. I have done a ton of tree work and slinging that saw with one arm and stowing it quick and grabbing it quick. I got a video coming up. I speedlined a tree Thursday. And too bad it was helmet cam. If the camera was back a ways, you know, in the canopy, you would have seen that I was literally swinging around the spar, and I'm coming around the spar for the limb, and I'm reaching down for my saw, and it's all one motion. The saw is like that fast, and just like this all day, or at least for the hour or so. Oh, exaggerate, but still, practice throwing that thing. All right, Corey, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Chris, can you recall the name of Buck and Billy Ray's video for that workout? Man, he has so many videos. That's the thing. It's hard to get back to. You gotta like save it if you find it in one of your favorites or something. Also have solid crew. You guys work together like a well-oiled machine. We usually do. If you're talking to me. We usually work well together. We're usually pretty happy to be working. We all converge on the job, and it's happy times. Even if it's raining or whatever. It's what we do. Okay, Bruce asked what I'm racking the saw on. Good question. I've used a lot of different things. Mostly in the recent years, it's been the transporter. And since I sell transporters on my website, it's the underbite. It's the underbite of the transporter and the flatness of the way it attaches to the harness that keeps it oriented perfectly. And the underbite makes it easy to hit. Okay? Thing is, it takes two hands to get it back off because you got to open the gate. You can also lock it. So, like this. You can also lock it closed. You know, like say you're crawling around in a canopy and you don't want your saw to, I don't know. I've never locked mine, all right? But, okay, so that's neat. Love these things. But what I have on my belt now is even more simple. I took one of those big Kara tools, the giant ones, and I sawed this part of it off because it sticks up and it has like a tooth on the end. And so it's a big underbite, but there's nothing to catch there. And so it's literally just a big open, hungry hook that hangs on the belt. And then the other important thing is that whatever is on your saw that you're hooking to it needs to be easy to keep oriented for a quick connect. And then really, even if you have kind of a tight connect, tons and tons of practice of banging that thing on and off of there will make it smooth. Practice is it. Mostly practice. See you, Joe. Thanks for stopping. Joel Cray. I know how to say that now. Remiark. The Shimbeiner. Joe has one of those, but the Shimbeiner can hurt the webbing eventually. So, and Joe's taken his Shimbeiner and he cut his off, so it's augmented. It's not stock. I don't have the Petzl zillion. You're welcome, John Spar. I like that name, Spar. That's perfect. It's like Rion Rounds. Tree Man. Thanks, Climber44. What's your name? Cody. What state do you work in? Oregon. Joel Cray. Was your brother on that you shot in the head? Yes, he was on the other night. I shot him. He had it coming. But I love the guy. How do I keep my guys? Okay, Joe. If you said we shouldn't stay and build anyone else's business for too long, how do you keep your guys? Well, I also said don't stay with anybody that doesn't deserve it. So be a guy that they'll stay with. Offer them some ownership if they deserve it. You'll know who they are when you find them. I'm hoping that we'll be stronger together because we work so well together, and that we'll be stronger together, stronger than we would be apart. So I'm willing to do whatever to keep them, even if it means giving them ownership. Hey, how's it going in Japan? What's your name? "20 years. Keep on trucking, August. Thanks." Also, yeah, thanks, Alex. Also, there's more than one personality, right? So the company, man, some people are happy going to the same job and being off work. When they leave the job, they're done. And there's value in that. Not everybody wants to be a contractor, because look at it like this. If you're a contractor, you're basically a guy looking for a job. You know? Well, that scares some people. They don't want to look for a job. They want to find a job, keep a job, hold a job, build some retirement, build some kind of future, some kind of nest egg, something they can rely on. There's that type of person. Contractor type is the type that's always looking for a job. That doesn't appeal to some people. They don't want to always be looking for a job. But I'm like that. I'm kind of a gambler, so I like to at least have to not know where the ceiling is. Went on a 2-hour monkey beaver bender today. Thanks, Mike. You watched some old videos, huh? Man, I got some good stuff coming up. I was gonna make a really quick video out of it, and then I just started like going, well, maybe they'll want to see more, and so I'm ending up with kind of a long video. And I've noticed that, and people have told me, you can't, every time your channel, but I can't speak English well. I just wonder what your name is and if I've shipped you things. We've sent some stuff to Japan. One of the Japanese shipments, the guy sent me back his little boy with a Tree Life hat on. It was pretty cool. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, longer videos. Look at some of the guys who are going big on YouTube. You got Billy Ray's blown up, right? His videos are long. Like, I can't watch all of them. I'm too busy trying to make stuff of my own. Look at, who's that Wrangle Star guy or something? I'm not recommending I'm not recommending his channel so much, but he makes long videos. I'm not against him either. I just gonna stop talking now. And let's see, who's that guy? Grenadek, Stanley Grenadek guy. He's got a solid channel, makes long videos. Andrew Carmetta, I think is his name. Got some pretty dang long videos. So YouTube is becoming like people's TV. And there's some people that'll sit through a longer video, and so I'm starting to think I'm not so feared of longer videos, and I know that feared is not a word. Been watching you for about 3 years since I quit logging and started residential work. I learned lots from you, sir. Thanks for your efforts. You're welcome. Me too. Went from logging to residential tree work. Went from logging to commercial fishing to logging to commercial fishing to residential tree work. I'm not saying nothing against Trevor Eucalyptus. He's my bud. If I ever did say anything about a boring long video, it was a joke. Just because I don't have time to watch a long video. I gotta create stuff. You know what I got. I got stuff. Got stuff to do. Yeah, Casey. Well, I don't know. He seems pretty. He stays the same. Seems like so. I like him. That's all I know. I keep in touch with Rion. He's a member of the A team. We chat there. Trevor. Lupe. Bartleby. Lawrence Schultz. Sean Price. Francisco. Andrew. Andre the Giant. Jason. I'm blanking on the guy, the guy kind of local to me. You should never try to do that. You should never try to remember a bunch of names live. Even though you know them, you'll forget them. Casey, it's fine. The opinion is no problem with it. No judgment from me. I just can only speak for me. So. Finn. Oh my goodness, Finn's the A-team guy. Yeah, he's in the videos. Joe. See? If I forget Joe and then anybody else I forgot, you can feel better. How long have we been on here, guys? Where's my glasses? 34 minutes. You know, if I leave, I can get started on this edit. You could pick a time at start a video and write it down hidden. Yeah, or I could just tell you guys so you kind of expect it. First comment on the exact time. Ooh, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. So he's talking about the giveaway. Like we could give away something, right? Well, lots of stuff we could give away. A Monkey Beaver bar. One of the yellow one. Bjorn? Yeah, super cool. I watch the same stuff you guys do, I'll bet. I haven't worked with Reg Coates. I hung out with him a fair bit at the expos, and I talk to him fairly frequently. I do love the guy, for sure. Solid. He's my kind of, I like his sense of humor and the way he's a little bit John Wayne. I kind of respect that. He's a little bit Rainy Day Eeyore too, which I also kind of like. So thanks, Malcolm. Who is CT3? Don't know who that is. Oh, is that tree fail videos? I watched the tree fail videos too. I'm expecting to find myself on one of them someday. The bars are coming back soon, Oscar. So Reg's videos, long time back, what got me into making videos was Ace Tree videos. And Reg's videos, when they would come out, I would be like, kid in a candy store, yes, new Reg vid. Watch everyone, for sure. I run still because I bought them and they keep working. I'm not against Husky. Do I know any of the guys from Deadliest Catch? I don't know. I don't watch that show. I tried once and I didn't like how the producers would turn it into drama. Like, it's like other shows like that. I've used the Dalmar. Go back to, I think it's my video American Tree Man. If you look close, the tree I cut at the end of the job is Dalmar. It was Joe's saw. I don't like the 540. I don't like Huskies that hang off of a belt. They hang off of a belt, they jostle around a little bit, and all of a sudden you can't start them. What's a regular skid steer, Bob? I don't know. My only experiences was with that one that Morbark has. I can't remember the name of it. And Vermeer, but the Vermeer company is so good to me that I can't go anywhere else. They're so great. No matter what equipment you have, you will have to fix it. And if you have a company like Vermeer, at least locally, I'm not saying that they're just the bee's knees everywhere, but locally, they are the bee's knees. So, I mean, they take care of me good. So, anyone making those? I don't have a sight on the Echo yet. Oh, is Vermeer making one that you can sit in? No, I don't like to sit down on a skid steer. I don't think. I like standing on the back of it with a really great view, and if it starts to go haywire, I can jump off and watch it roll down the hill. Yeah, the Boxer, I tried that. Wasn't a fan of it. I know that they made some changes after I tried the first model they had, or some early model. So I'm not saying what it's like now or anything. It's the producers of shows like Deadliest Catch. It's when TV starts to get involved with cool things that they turn it into a joke. They zero in on they like infighting and conflict and dirt, just like the story I told the other day about that game show I was on. The producers, the hosts, they just wanted you to turn it into a Jerry Springer thing. They just know that people will watch that. And even the audience was like, they know what it's like to watch it. They know what the show's like. So they kind of go there expecting that, and then they end up cheering for it. And then when we gave them something better than dirt, they found out they liked it. They liked it real well. They were happy about it. It reminds me of that old animated movie, Monsters Incorporated. Well, the whole time the monsters are trying to get screams from kids to power their city. There's like energy there, right? Oh, at the end of the movie, you find out that one little laughter from a kid is worth way more energy than a scream. So I think that a good, solid integrity is better viewing than the stinking usual drama that producers infuse into these reality shows. I cannot sit through it. I can't do it. And I've had an offer to be a show. It was for Nat Geo. August Tunneke, you know, just supposedly being himself, but I knew it wouldn't be. So I resisted it, and then the whole thing fell apart anyway. And so I was like, oh, good, because I like to do what I like to do. I mean, I don't even like to do what my viewers say to do usually. You guys know that. So many times I've been criticized for the wrong kind of music, too long, too short, too dramatic, not dramatic enough, you know, all of that. And I just always say, well, I'm doing what I want, and if I didn't do what I want, you would have nothing to look at and criticize. So I'm changing a little bit now because I realize that there's such a solid long-term audience here that I can listen to them and interact with them like I'm doing right now. And so praise the Lord, that's what we're doing, and I'm going to go now. Been really fun reading from you. Ooh, Ross Richards says, preach it! Yeah. Yeah, get me started on stuff. Because I'll get started. I'm leaving. I meant it. Okay. Tomorrow's Sunday. I think I'm going to take the kids fishing. Unless it's just hatefully bad weather out. And we'll do some giveaway. The guy on here a minute ago, he said, what did he say? He said choose a time ahead of time in the video, an increment of time somewhere in the video, and then not tell you guys, and then whoever's comment bangs down on that increment of time is the winner of the giveaway. So what should we give away? I don't know. Well, I don't have extra larges yet, so if it was an extra large, well, we'll start with one of these. It's Jaden Anderson, my bro. He's gone now. And we'll start with that. We'll do that tomorrow. Sound good? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everything.